Hey everyone, I am back. It hasn't been as long this time either. I think it's only been 2 weeks since I last posted my YouTube video. Can I just say a huge thank you to everyone that took the time to share, like and comment on my videos that I've been posting recently. Obviously, I'm trying to grow my YouTube channel, so you know, it means the world to me that you guys are engaging with my posts, whether it's on my Facebook page, or Instagram or YouTube. I really appreciate it. A lot of you guys was asking me how I create some of my looks on Instagram. So today I thought I would create this lovely smoky eye and fresh looking skin. So if you want to learn a little bit more on how I created this look, then please keep watching. So to start with, I have already got foundation on and I've got my brows on and a bit of concealer just on the top of my eyes, just because I was doing the school run this morning and I didn't want to go out looking crazy AF. So I thought I'd put a little bit of something on before I went out. Today I'm going to be using the Morphe palette. This one's called Bronzed Mocha and it's got kind of like more plummy burgundy kind of shades in there, but you have got a few more like rose gold tones as well, which I love. So there's a good mix of shades in that one. It was either £19 or 2 for £34, so obviously I bought 2, and I got the Copper Spice palette as well. So this one's got more orangey, kind of goldeny, bronzy colours in there, so I absolutely love this one, but I am going to be using the Bronzed Mocha palette today. So the first shade I'm going to be dipping into is this one here. So it's kind of probably the most neutral kind of colour in the palette, in the transition shades, and I'm just going to sweep this across the crease of my eye. This is the colour that the really smoky colours are kind of blend out into, so it sort of diffuses out really nicely. So I'm just using what's left on the brush just to gradually blend this colour out, so you get that really nice gradual fade. This is just like a Morphe brush that I'm using. I don't know what number it is, an M330. It's so soft. I'm really actually impressed with the Morphe brushes for the price of them. They're super soft and they blend amazingly. So you can see that's kind of given me a nice base to work with, and it's slightly more of a cooler tone transition shade, so I thought it'd be really nice because I'm wearing like a kind of blush pink today, so I thought it'd go really nice with the jumper that I've got on. Then I'm going to use this very flat Avon brush and I'm going to use this colour here, so it's like a really nice dark smoky shade, and I'm going to hope this doesn't drop down my face because I've already got foundation on. If not, I'm just going to have to clean it up afterwards. Crap, yeah, it's dropped everywhere. I'm sorry if the light keeps changing in the room because the sun keeps going in and out, so it's like the worst day to be filming on because all of a sudden I'm going to look really warm and then I'm going to look really cool because the sun keeps going in and out behind the clouds. So I'm just packing this on all over the lid. Don't worry if it looks messy because I'll blend this out afterwards. And with that shade, I kind of went a bit higher than my crease. So my crease is like here, but I took it up a little bit because I want to blend this up so it sort of looks nice and dark and smoky and diffuses out. So I think I'm going to switch brushes now. I'm going to use a Morphe M139. This is like a smaller blending brush, but I'm going to use the same colour. And I'm just going to start working this through the crease. I don't know whether you can hear my neighbours on the video, but they're being really loud. So this is looking a little bit heavy right now. You can see the edges just need blending. So I've switched back to the first brush that I was using. There's no product on this. I'm just blending out the edges because it looks too harsh. And I'm just going to keep blending all of the edges out until it looks nice and faded. Now I've added those two colours, I think I'm just going to add this one here. So it's a little bit more matte and darker as well. And this is a smaller blending brush. This is a Morphe M506. And I'm just going to work this in to the outer edge a little bit, just to give a little bit more dimension on my eyes. I've not actually used these eyeshadows together before, so I don't really know where it's going, but I think this would be a really nice smoky eye that anyone could wear, like no matter what age and what kind of eye shape. I'm just going to dip back into this one with my flat brush again, and I'm just going to pack a little bit more of that on just to intensify the colour on the lid a little bit more. This Avon brush is really good. It was literally £3 and I use it all the time for sort of packing the lid colours on. And I'm going to use this shade here just with a small like pencil type of brush. And I'm just going to sweep that underneath my eye to make it really smoky. As you can see, I've had like loads of fallout with this palette, so it would have been handy if I'd just done my eyes first, but I'll just have to clean it all up afterwards. So you guys will have to let me know like what you want to see next. Do you want to see more smoky, wearable kind of colours that you could create? Or do you like to watch more the creative stuff? So more the bolder kind of like Instagram type of makeup looks. Let me know what you want to see. I just popped off the camera and quickly cleaned up the underneath of my eyes because God, that eyeshadow really dropped down. It was everywhere. So I just used a little bit of concealer just to touch that up. I'm just going around the edges of my eyeshadow now just to soften it with a clean brush. This is just an Avon brush again, just to soften that up a little bit. So you can see the way I've done my eyeshadow is I've slightly winged it out just so you can see the colour a little bit more, because if you haven't already heard me bang on about it before, I've got hooded eyes. So, you know, you need to bring it a little bit higher, or you can slightly wing it out just so you can see the colours more when my eyes are open. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to need like a slightly lighter colour just to use as a highlighter. So there isn't many light colours in this palette. I find that with a lot of the Morphe palettes that I've got, they don't really seem to put many sort of highlighter colours in there. Sometimes I feel like they could ditch a few of the other colours because some of them are so similar, and just add maybe a few more like brighter, lighter sort of highlight colours in the palette. But I'm just going to use this one here to highlight with, and I'm using it on the same Avon brush that I used to clean around the edges, and I'm just going to pop this under the brow bone. Okay, this colour is really, really natural. I kind of feel like it's not really doing anything, like there's not even really a sheen to it, so I might end up having to use an actual highlighter on there just to give a bit of my brow bone some shimmer. You can probably see it more in the corners here because it's just brightening it a little bit. Try putting a bit more on. A tiny bit. I think this will be nice then if you just want that soft, subtle highlight kind of look. And then I'm just going to take Coffee Pencil, which is by MAC, which is a nice like matte brown shade, and I'm going to run this in the waterline of my eye just to darken it up a little bit more. I'm just going to run this like across the top of my eyes as well, but as close to the lash line as possible. I don't want it too heavy, just to bring out my lashes a bit. I find if you use a bit of eyeliner along my lash line, it actually makes your lashes look a bit thicker as well. And I also always take the pencil on the lower lash line. Underneath, I'm just going as close to the root of my lashes because you don't want to see a gap. There's nothing worse when you see people with smoky eyes and they've got it like dark underneath and there's a gap of skin. I'm just going to take the Morphe E36 brush again and just blend this pencil out so it doesn't look as harsh. That's the good thing about using pencils. If you struggle with like liquid liners, you could just try using a pencil instead, because if you do make a little mistake, you can just blend it all out afterwards and it just softens it up and gives like a nice like sultry kind of smoky eye. How cool is this mirror as well? It's from Primark. It was like £3. It's got a handle so you can hold it, but also you can move the handle so it balances on the side. It was so good. I mean, £3. I actually went and bought two. One for my kit as well. You know when you want to like buy loads of something because you think if it breaks then what are you going to do? How are you going to live? That is how I feel with this mirror. So I'm just going to pop my lashes on. I'm actually not too sure what lashes these were. I think they were Primark lashes, but I've used them before. So I keep like a little bundle of them in my drawer because most lashes you can reuse them. So I just peeled the glue off a little bit earlier, so they're as good as new now. I'm just going to let the glue go a little bit tacky before I stick this on my eye. It's always good to wait like at least sort of 30 seconds before you stick your lashes on, because otherwise the glue's so wet that it just slides around your eye and it makes it really awkward to put on. I keep catching myself in the mirror pulling like really stupid makeup faces, and I keep forgetting that I'm filming. You know, when you put your mascara on and like you keep opening your mouth. I keep doing that. I keep looking at the time because I've literally only got an hour to film today, because I've got to go and pick up my youngest from school in a bit, so I keep checking thinking, oh my god, the time. I feel like when you're filming you take so much longer to do your makeup. Like usually this kind of look would probably only take me about 40 minutes to do, but you have to keep checking that your face or your eye is in the camera, because sometimes I'll be like doing something on camera and then I'm like, you can't even see what I'm doing. So I'm just pushing this lash down as close to my lashes as possible so there is no gap at the top. I'm just going to go over my lashes with a bit of mascara. This is the new MAC Extended Play Permy Up Mascara, which has got like a curved brush, which is good like for lifting the lashes more. And I'm just going to kind of press this in so my natural lashes are sort of moulding into the false lash. So that pretty much is my eyes done. I'm just going to move on to my skin and finish that off a little bit. I'm going to add some highlighter now, and I'm going to take the Primark, it's called Primer Water. It says prep skin for makeup application, hydrates and refreshes. It's silicone free, alcohol free and oil free. So I'm going to give that a go. I haven't actually used this underneath my makeup yet, so I can't really tell you what it's going to be like as a primer. All I've been using it for is to like spray my brushes, so my brushes are a little bit wet when I'm using product, so I like to do this when I'm using highlighter. But let me know if you've tried this before and what you think about it. So I'm going to take a little bit of the MUA highlighter. This one is called Radiant Cashmere, and obviously the brush is a little bit wet, so this just helps the highlighter really pop. And I'm just going to add this on the tops of my cheekbones, and hopefully that picks up in the camera so you can really see the glow, because this is actually one of my favourite highlighters and cheapest highlighters that I've got. I've just sprayed the brush again and adding another layer, so it gives it a bit more of a glow. Oh my god, look at that. It's literally blinding. I love this. And I'm just going to add it into my forehead a little bit, just so my foundation looks a bit more dewy, because I'm actually having to use slightly more matte foundations recently because my skin's getting a little bit oily. So what I'm doing is just adding highlighter into it, so the foundation is matte but my skin actually ends up looking more radiant and more glowy. And I'm just going to add a little bit on top of the Cupid's bow just to bring that out a little bit as well. I'm trying to think like what kind of blusher I want to go with. I think I'm going to go with Dainty Blusher by MAC, which is a nice like fresh pinky tone blush. And I'm going to use this with a slightly larger MAC brush because I don't want it to look like really solid pink. I did put bronzer on this morning, but I don't know whether I need more bronzer. Sometimes in the camera, like you can't see the colours as well as you can in real life. So I feel like when you're filming, you can put a little bit more on. Okay, I feel like I do need to go a bit more bronzy. So I'm just going to use the same brush and I'm just using a little bit of Matte Bronze by MAC just to give a little bit more of a contoured look. So I was going to use Boldly Bare lip liner, but I feel like I use that in a lot of my videos. So I'm actually just going to use the Barry M Toast lip liner because this is like another nice nudie kind of colour that I like to use a lot. I'm just adding in a little bit of Angel lipstick from MAC. Because my lips are a little bit dry right now, I'm preferring the ones with a bit more sheen to them because it feels really moisturising. So this is the finished look. What do you think, guys? Please drop me a little comment down below and let me know your thoughts. Also, let me know what you want to see next. Do you want to see something maybe a little bit more brighter and a bit more bolder? You know, I want to change it up a little bit, but obviously I want to be posting stuff that you guys want to see and what you want to learn about. I absolutely love the Morphe palettes. Maybe I could create something with the Copper Spice palette next time. I don't know. What do you guys think? Anyway, if you don't follow me already on Instagram, head over to my Instagram page. It's CorinLaw_makeup artist. And obviously, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I shall see you in the next one.